Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. We have Luis Garcia, Frank Leboeuf and Ali Moreno here in the studio. First question. Percentage chance of Man City finishing the season trophyless? What do you think, Ali?
Trophyless. I'm going to say 25%.
25%?
Percentage chance of them finishing trophyless. Yes. So I'm saying there's 75% chance that they're going to have a trophy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why is there such a surprise. Is that a low number, a high number?
I feel that so many people are so set on Man City definitely going to win something this season.
What, 70? I'm giving it 75%.
Right.
I mean, that's a high percentage.
I mean, it is, yeah.
That's a passing grade right there.
Is it a passing grade for you, Frank Leboeuf?
No, I give 0% because I think they're going to win the Premier League. That's the minimum they're going to win. But
Luis Garcia, are you somewhere in the middle?
Yeah, I'm maybe in the middle. I'm 50-50. I think that they still have a chance to win a trophy. But they just went out of one, so one trophy left. And they still two more to win. But I think that they're going to struggle, so 50-50.
Yeah, isn't that Don's answer now? He just reverts to 50-50, doesn't he?
It's much easier for him to deal with 50-50, yes.
All right, for all, does Erik ten Hag now have to win the Carabao Cup? Frank?
Who's left? Newcastle,
Southampton,
and,
Manchester United, and Nottingham Forest. Who they play, yeah.
Yes, they have to win it. Yeah, they're the favorite, the contender, and I think they are two, and they're getting better. They play well, so they have a chance to do that. So yeah, but at the same time, they want to finish in the first four. So they can't jeopardize, the possibility of playing the Champions League next season by only winning the FA Cup final. So it will have to be tactically and in terms of using his men, carefully. So, but he has to win the FA Cup. He's a favorite, yeah.
All right. Luis, when you moved from Spain to Liverpool, what was the biggest adjustment you had to make on the pitch? What advice would you give Joao Felix on his move to Chelsea?
Get a t-shirt.
Well, for me, it was about the physical condition. I think that I needed to train more. I needed to work more. I needed to go to the gym to try to get a little bit of strength because I realized myself that it was about going up and down during 90 minutes. And physically, I was 65 kilograms back then in my best condition. And I was playing against guys that they were 80 kilos and 185, 190 high. So at the end, it's about trying to adapt to that kind of style of football. So you have to think quicker, go faster, and decide faster than them. So that was my first adaptation that I needed to do. So that will be my tip. That he needs to try to think faster than in Spain. He will not have the same time when he receives the ball.
Quick question for Luis, right? The question was on the field.
Yes.
What about off the field, Luis? What advice would you give Joao Felix?
Off the field. To bring good food. I think I didn't enjoy the food in England when I was playing in Liverpool. I needed to adapt. Also, it doesn't matter. So it was about
he's going to be in London. He's going to be in London, so there's plenty of great selections. Maybe it's not English restaurants, but yeah. Frank, I'm actually interested on your thoughts on that question.
I agree with Luis. I mean, you have to be stronger. You have to accept the fact that if there is a push, never stop playing, because the crowd and even the players and the referees won't like that. So you have to try to keep on playing, don't overplay the fact that you've been kicked or touched and everything. You have to try to stay on your feet and try to play. Outside the field, he can call me. I have very nice Spanish, Italian, French restaurant that he can go to. But the biggest advice will be stay at home, stay in a warm place, and sleep well.
All right. What would be a good spell for Felix, Ale? Over or under 12 goal involvements?
Does that mean assists or goals?
Yeah, he just overall, so he assists and goals.
So if he makes a run to the near post and takes a defender away that frees somebody up, is that a goal involvement as well?
I'd say goal involvement is just the assist and the goals.
Okay. I'm just asking for a friend. Somebody used to do that quite a bit and didn't get any credit for it. In any case, I digress. I'm going to say that Joao Felix, if he were to get, say, a combination of 6 goals, 6 assists, that actually would be an impactful rest of the season for him because he hasn't been able to do that with Atletico Madrid. So I'm going to go with yes. Over 12 would be yes. A very successful 6 months.
Well, the hardest person to please when it comes to Chelsea is Frank Leboeuf. So what do you say, Frank? What would be good for Joao Felix? Over or under 12 goal involvements?
I don't care. I want, him to run when he has the ball, to run when he doesn't have the ball. I want him to be involved, with everything that I want to see on the field. And that's more how he's going to behave on the field, which is going to make me think that he's completely into the game, that he's really want to do something good. Scoring goals, not scoring goals, giving assists, yes, it's going to come if you are 100%, prepared to fight and to fight for the club. The thing is, for Chelsea, again, we have so many players like him. I want to see something different. I want to see a warrior at front. I didn't see any warrior for a while now.
Okay, well,
a warrior.
If you're expecting a warrior, Joao Felix is not your guy. That's not the guy.
I know.
I wonder if Chelsea had to do a little backpedal today because they put Hola Joao Felix, but they wrote the Spanish Hola on the hashtag, and many people told them this is not the way the Portuguese would spell it, and that swiftly came off Twitter, and then there was a different announcement. Yeah.
Why can people just say, hey, at least they're saying they're making an attempt? I don't really care.
You're not bothered?
No. There's a hashtag for this?
There was a hashtag from Chelsea.
Come on.
Yeah.
We live in a crazy, crazy world, let me tell you.
Well, all I say is respect for the languages.
They didn't do that when I signed. When I signed for Chelsea, they didn't say bonjour, Frank Leboeuf. They didn't care. They didn't even say hello.
No, they said hola, Frank Leboeuf instead.
Hashtag. Did they hashtag it though? Was there a hashtag?
They didn't say anything. They say, who's that guy? Who's that guy?
There wasn't even technology when you signed for Chelsea, Frank Leboeuf.
Wow. That's true.
It's all right. I was around then as well, so I'm bringing myself into that.
Yeah, well, so was I, but wow.
Ale, what are your thoughts on Alex Moreno joining Unai Emery's Aston Villa, and what do you think his impact can be? I only ask because the two of you have similar names.
Yeah, and that's where the similarities end. Look, Alex Moreno is a guy who will be a consistent performer for Unai Emery. Unai Emery knows him well, and it's a guy who you're going to see up and down that left-hand side. He will be an asset in the attack. He will join in the attack and be able to cross balls in. And every so often, you will see him appear at the far post and perhaps scoring a goal or two. He, I think, is a player that Unai Emery expects a lot to help down the left-hand side for Aston Villa.
Last question. Ale, have you considered growing a beard? I'm sure Frank can give you tips on how to pull off the bald head beard combo.
I have not considered growing a beard. Too much work. That's not for me. And more importantly, I don't care for the beard, right? But my wife doesn't care for the beard. My wife doesn't like it. And if the wife doesn't like it, it's just not happening.
Because we all know, happy wife, happy life.
Well, I'm just saying, I like to go home and feel loved and appreciated. The beer would bring a lot of resentment, and I don't need resentment in my life.
I don't love you with the beer.
Yes, I do not love you with the beer. I don't need to give her any reasons not to love me, by the way. So, yes, okay. I'm going to be clean cut.
Frank?
So from now on, we know who's the boss is at the Moreno's house, and who decides whether you have to wear a beard or not, I don't care if my wife likes it or not, that's my style. If you're not happy, so be it. I have my beard, and that's an advice from the regretted Gianluca Vialli. He always said, you know, when you shave your head, you cannot be without a beard or a mustache. It doesn't fit. He has to go. And I know, and I mentioned that Ali is not shaving his head. He's trimming his head, which is different, which is completely different. He has another style.
The shine coming off my head right now and the lights in the studio would suggest that I am shaving my head. What else do you want from me, Frank? I mean, I have lights shining on top of my head.
I still can see the hair from the side, you know? I can see the hair from the side.
Hey, don't be jealous because there's some hair back here. Don't be jealous, Frank. I can still grow it out if I want to.
I'm not jealous I'm not jealous about that, you know. Maybe your tie, maybe your suit, but not about that.
I cannot believe that. How legit is my shaving of the hair?
It is.
You're right here. You're close by.
I'm close. I can see. The shine is blinding me.
Yes, there's a lot of shining lights.
Meanwise, Luis Garcia has magnificent hair.
Oh, yes, he does. Well, that's a pretty guy.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Luis Garcia.
Hopefully.
Have you grown a beard?
Yeah, hopefully it stays here.
Have you ever grown a beard? Never?
I don't have enough around. No, it doesn't look good.
I grew a beard for a championship run once with the Columbus crew. It was part of the sort of good luck kind of thing, and we all did it as a team. So there you go, a play of beer, if you will. That was it.
That was it.
Well, because again, let me reiterate, babe, I love you. I will not grow a beard. I'm coming home clean cut.
So last question is from me, and maybe you guys can answer. Whenever I went on the pre-season with Real Madrid, everybody suddenly had a beard and they were all unkempt, and I used to wonder, is this because they're not allowed to do this when they're back at home?
Well, because you're in pre-season, you're doing two-a-days, you're doing fitness sessions, you're doing all the last thing that you're thinking about is shaving. You're like, at some point I'll shave whenever we go home, but in the meantime, let's just let it be.
Were you a bit more like that on pre-season, Luis?
Yes. That's the only time that I let the beard or the hair and everything, because you are just too tired, so you don't even think about what's happening. And because there was no social media or anything, no interviews, no anything, you were working on the pitch and going back to the hotel, so you didn't care about anything. Now everybody looks fantastic. Even they bring the hairdresser to the place. So yeah, different world.
Frank is going, what? And shaking his head at this.
Of course, you know, always to be prepared, you know. So you shaved every 2 days your head, Frank Leboeuf. You trim when you have to trim your beard, you know. You wax when you have to do so, you know. And you always prepared, always.
That's the difference between a World Cup winner.
Is that it? Is it also the fact that he speaks of himself in the third person?
Why do you have to bring that? Why do you have to bring that? World Cup winner. There's nothing to do with that.
You know what? Fail to prepare to fail is what he was telling you guys.
Man.
But I'm right. Anyway, we've got to go. We've got to go. Frank's got to go shave.
Okay, please.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
We'll see you next time.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.